Hello, YouTube. This is Ryan, aka the Habitual Line Stepper. Hope everything's well with you. I hope you're pursuing your peace. I hope you're chasing it with all that you have and being relentless with it. One of the things that crossed my mind since my last video that involved pursuing your peace relentlessly, one of the things that you have to learn how to do is love yourself. I mean, really, really love yourself, where you're not going to endure a lot of conflict, any disrespect, and you're going to put yourself in the best light. And one of those things is learn how to be alone. Mind you, I didn't say lonely. Learn to be alone. Learn how to enjoy your own company. Learn to enjoy silence, peace, your own thoughts, doing the activity that you love, putting yourself in a place where you don't have to deal with a lot of outside noise. A lot of people do very bad when they're alone, when they're by themselves, because they truly don't know themselves, and people around them validate who they are. It's a superpower to be able to sit in your house or in your car or be on a vacation by yourself, sit at a restaurant, any of those things by yourself, and be at complete peace and okay with that. Because you are the center of everything in your world. Having people around you all the time is draining. It really is. It's really draining. You don't want to be in a situation where you can't enjoy yourself. I don't like being in large crowds. I don't like having. I don't keep a lot of people in my circle. I keep my circle pretty small by design, because some people who want to engage with you or have access to you don't have your best benefit in mind. A lot of people just want to get close to you so they can see what makes you tick, and so they can dismantle you. That's what they want to do. You have ops out here. And they'll smile in your face and they'll say all the right things. Meanwhile, they're collecting data. Because when people see you, especially if you are excelling in life, if you're winning in life, you'd be surprised how many people close to you, and this is especially blood relatives, who really do not care what you got going on positive. It is like kryptonite to them. It's like holy water to a vampire. It is poison to them. For some reason they can't get through it, because it's I don't know what it is, because I'm not like that. So I can't really, in detail explain why they're like that. I can tell you this. You need to be able to identify these people. I believe it was DMX who says, trust people to be themselves, and trust in yourself that you can see them well. That's not exactly how he said it, but that's the gist of what he said. Because you do have people, like I said, who look, basically for you to be at a disadvantage. They look at you to be in a place where they're at or below them. A lot of people don't want to see you excel. A lot of people don't want to see you do well. And it hurts, because you would hope that people, if you're doing the right thing, if you're trying to be a benefit to other people, you're trying to do right by other people, all these things that you feel like, okay, I'm a good person, I don't want to hurt anybody, I'm genuinely trying to I'm trying to be helpful, I'm trying to be a good person. You have a lot of people who don't want that. They still look down on you despite all the good that you're trying to do. So be good to yourself first. you should prioritize that first. And it's not being selfish or self-centered. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. It is, because there's nothing wrong with being selfish and self-centered. When it comes to making sure that you're good, you have to be selfish with your time. Sometimes you have to be selfish with your money. You have to be selfish with your money. You have to be selfish with where you're going or where you're not going. So with your social capital, you have to be selfish, because the people around you are selfish in the fact that they will keep taking from you and taking from you and taking from you. I know people who have been givers their whole life, and once it's time for them, where they need some help, they need somebody to give, socially, financially, whatever, there's nobody around. No one wants to help them. Everybody forgets what you did. And that's also your blame, because you're supposed to protect yourself at all times. At all times, you're supposed to make sure you're good. They say that in boxing, protect yourself at all times. That's what you got to do. And being alone is a incredible tool, because if you're alone and you can be at peace with that, and you're good with that, you're good with reading a book, or doing absolutely nothing, going on a drive by yourself, doing those things is powerful, because no one can knock you off your center. Somebody comes in and they're like, well, we're not going to invite Ryan to this party. We're not gonna, we're gonna exclude him. We're gonna vilify him. It has no effect on your feelings. Initially, you probably be like, damn, that's messed up. But ultimately, it's like, you know what? But I'm good on my own. I'm good on my own. I don't really need to hang out with y'all. It's a superpower. It really is. My life has gotten exponentially better when I made a decision to focus on me and be good with being alone in a lot of circumstances. Not lonely, but alone, because I flourish every across the board. When I say always protect yourself, I don't mean just physically. I mean financially, socially, spiritually, emotionally. Always protect yourself in those sense. And the best way to do that is to be able to be alone and be able to focus on the things that are going to make your life better and make you happy. And if you can do that by yourself, and you find people, or if you're looking for romantic involvement and you find another person who is also at peace, and then you can coexist together, it's the perfect scenario. Go after people who are okay with that. Go after people who are not necessarily. I mean, it's good to be in a social setting at times. Don't get me wrong, because I do it, and I'm an introvert. But I'm the one of those introverts that can have showtime. I mean, I'm a showtime guy. Like, when it's time to put on a show, or it's time to engage in a social activity, or an event, I'm good with that. But that's not what I prefer. I keep my circle small, because the more people that you have in your circle, the more you are open to a lot of unnecessary conflict, and you have people in there, you can't account for everybody. And even those people who are, social butterflies and they're so popular and all this other stuff, if you look, and see, those people aren't really their friends. Most people are around because, again, what you can do for them. Very few people are around you because of you. That's why I'm saying love you. Because no one's going to love you like you love you. And the only way to get to know who you are is to be alone and understand what you need to make you tick. What makes you happy. What's going to fulfill your life. What's going to make you healthy. Focus on things that's going to prolong your life and enhance your life. I go to the gym religiously. As I get older, the more and more important it has become. And I've been doing this for a while now. And I'm telling you, the gym is great for physical development, but it's also good for discipline and it's good for mental development. Because if you can go to the gym, and I go by myself, I don't have a training partner or anything like that. Not that I'm opposed to it, but the gym is kind of like me time. It's time for me to focus on myself and go to with the routine I want. And so when I go to the gym teaches you so much discipline. And if you can put your body and mind together to accomplish something that you know is going to yield a result, if you consistently do it, it's a powerful thing. You can do that. You can damn near do anything. I fast as part of my health regimen, and that's another thing. If you have the discipline to determine when and what foods go in your mouth, is powerful because most people can't do that. You learn those kind of things when you are alone. You learn that, you know what, I want to be better. I want to be healthier. Finances, same thing. Focus on those things. When you're alone, it gives you time to look and say, you know what do I want to be right now as far as financially? Where I want to be down the road, 10, 15 years down the road. Where do I want to be? You look at those things, clearer when you are alone, when you allow yourself some alone time. You learn the things that, certain things that you want to do. I'm a curious person when it comes to travel and food and even getting to know people, so I travel random places. I'll travel to different countries. I'll go to different cities in the U.S., different states, just on a curiosity kind of thing. And oftentimes I will travel alone. Now I will meet people when I travel, especially abroad, because people are so curious. And I believe that one of the things when you travel is you want to get to know people, because that's part of the experience. You want to know the food, the culture, the people, the customs and things like that. But when you're alone and you make these travels, you're more open to absorb those things that are good around you. When you have somebody with you, they might throw a wrench, a monkey wrench in the whole program and say, you know what, I don't want to really eat that food because it's not what I'm used to, or I don't really want to go here because I don't really know those people. It's hot, those kind of things. But when you're alone and you find out what it is that you like, you might decide you don't like any of that stuff, but you at least tried it, and you tried it bravely. You didn't go and say, you didn't have any reservations about it. You're like, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. You can pursue your happiness when you're alone. When you learn that you are your best company, when you are your best friend, you learn that this is cool. It's cool. I'm always going to be cool because I love who I am. I love what I have built. I love the fact that I have endured a lot of things. I have the peace of mind, knowing I don't have to deal with unnecessary conflict, and any conflict that I do have to deal with, I'm confident that I can get it resolved because I learned who I am as a person. I learned what I can deal with. I learned what I won't tolerate. I learned who I won't tolerate, and I've learned to set strong boundaries because I've learned when I'm alone that, there's certain things I don't want in my life. And so people don't have access to me because I'm, people who I don't want to have access to me doesn't have access to me because I've learned in my lifetime that clearly people do not have your best interests at heart. And if they get any inclination that you do not value yourself enough, they are predatory. I've seen it happen to other people. I've seen people try it with me, and it's like it's shocking because again, I don't think like that. I don't look at somebody and say, you know what, I'm going to use this person. I'm going to be a predator. I'm going to steal and take from this person. That doesn't cross my mind. But you do have people who will do that. You have people who would just want to, like I said in previous videos, who just want to see the world burn. You have a lot of miserable people out here, and a lot of them disguise themselves very well as people who are, caring and good, and I'm not religious. I'm spiritual because I do believe in a higher power. But you have a lot of people who will mask themselves, in religion, and oh well, I'm this, and so I'm a, you should listen to me, or I should be part of your life. The Lord told me I should be your friend. The Lord told me I need, those kind of things. People would use whatever avenues they can to get in your life. But if you know yourself very well, if you grow a confidence about who you are and a love for who you are, you're going to protect yourself. No one's going to protect you more than you. And when you're alone, you learn every single thing that you need to protect yourself. I'm talking about sustaining and building and protecting. You learn all those things when you are alone. And when you love yourself enough, you're not going to allow anybody to tear that down. You're not going to allow anybody to take from you those things that you need to sustain yourself. But again, if you don't have that kind of love for yourself, if you haven't taken the time to learn who you are and to love who you are, you're going to be susceptible to those people who want to tear you down. And again, no rhyme or reason, nothing that you did. You're just trying to walk this earth and do the best you can like everybody else. But for some reason, you have a lot of people out here who want to tear down, who want to disrupt anything, want to destroy your world, whatever. And also, I'll say this. When you're alone, you learn to protect in the sense that you're not going to give anybody a lot of information about yourself. You're not going to share a lot. Because again, they have not earned access to you. They don't deserve access to you. Because you learn that person does not have my best interest at heart. That person is who they're predatory. They don't care about anything you got. So you learn to protect, your capital. You learn your social capital, your mental capital, your financial. You learn all these things that you have to protect because they've become essential to you walking this earth and living the life that you want. Those are necessities that you need. So I'm saying this. Learn to be alone so you can better learn who you are and what you need to grow, where you're at presently, because that's going to determine the things that you need to do in order to enhance your life. Some things you have to subtract, some things you have to add. Now, when it comes to people, and I heard this before from someone else, I believe it was Jalen Rose, and he said people are in your lives for 4 reasons: to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. And that was one of the most profound things I've ever heard in my life. So, with that being said, learn to be alone. Learn to enjoy your company above all company. I'm not saying you can't enjoy a crowd, and your group of friends and things like that, but it should not be greater than you enjoying your time with you. It may take a little bit of time because you have to discover who you are. A lot of us have been through, different things in our lives. So you may have some doubt in terms of who you are and the self-esteem, but that alone time gives you a chance to understand. Learn to have a dinner by yourself. Learn to go out by yourself. Go to a movie by yourself. Go to an event by yourself. Those things will help build that muscle, and you will learn. And you look around. If you really look around, you see these people who are always with friends and family, and they're never alone. They can't do anything alone. You just look. They're not strong. They need that. You don't want to have to need that. It's good if you have that, but you don't have to need that in order for you to be happy. So anyway, I'm just going to end it right here. If you got anything from this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Pursue your peace with everything that you got. Be relentless with it It is invaluable. Let's get it.